Yeah, it's called the Chainsmokers Call You Mines. That's what it's called, right? The reason why I chose this song, now this song hits home, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how many of you are in the situation like me, where you got a crush on somebody, right? But both your guys, both you guys been through a lot, so your guards is up, right? So it's like you know, you're trying to figure the person out first. You know what I'm saying? Try to, do homework on the person, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that you can see them. Are they potential, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can see them as a mate, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a situation like that, and it's like, to me, I'm more of like when I would know when I see them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I know when I see them. You know what I'm saying? Because I see them every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like online when they post a little content, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't see them like in person yet, but I'm just saying like when they do their little thing, their little Scorpio content or whatever they do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I can't wait till I call you mine. I could call you mine type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, that's the most exciting part of it all, right? Because it's something that you want, and it's just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to pressure. You don't want to press it. Like, you don't want to rush it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, the crush is like developing harder, bigger and bigger. It's not even really a crush. It's more like yeah, I need you type of energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know I need you for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, do I need this person? You're not really guessing. You're just like, you just knowing. You know what I'm saying? In the back of your head, you just know. And it's just like, the day that I could call you mine, it's going to be like the best day ever, because you can finally own up to it. You can finally like let it go and just release it and just be like, I've been holding on to this forever, and I've been wanting to say this for the longest fucking time. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I don't even know if anybody really understands what I'm trying to say, but it's just like the day when I call you mine. Just, yeah, because it's just like life is like begun. Yeah, I don't know how to really explain it, because like life is already has begun, but I'm saying like your life together had just begun. A new chapter together had just begun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like right now you're in the flirting stages. You're in the figuring out stage. You know what I'm saying? You're more like, could I do this with them, or can I not do this with them, or could this happen? What is it going to be like when this happens? Like when we move in together, what is this going to happen? What's going to happen when we, you know what I'm saying, 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what, you know what I mean? You just figure to put them in different situations, because that's going to end up being your life partner. You know what I'm saying? Or you're just trying to interview them in the interviewing process, like the interrogation, whatever you want to call it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, when I could call you mine, like officially, because it's like, while you're doing all of this, your feelings for them starts to develop more and more and more and more. It starts to boil over, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, when I could call you mine officially, nobody could take that away from me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm with that. You know what I mean? For real. So, yeah, Bebe Rexha, and she said this lyric, and she said, I hope I don't regret the time, or I don't hope I don't regret the day that I call you mine. I call you mine, or something like that. I can't remember, but I gotta go back and re-listen to the song. But it's a fire song. Like, I love this song, right? And it's like, different is Uh, okay, let me see if I can get to this video without even, I don't know. So, long story short, right? So, where was I? She said, I hope, like, see, here's the thing with me, like, I'm like, when I do decide to compromise, or when we do decide to, like, make it official, like, I don't feel like I would live in regret from it. I don't think I would. You know what I'm saying? I genuinely don't think I would. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody else, I probably would. I probably would have been second guessing it, like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like having anxiety and stuff like that. But I don't think I would, though. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Like, it's just something different. You know? It's just something different that just, like, draws my attention to her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, because what's so interesting is, like, I was having a conversation with somebody, or like I wasn't really having a conversation with. It was like I was having a conversation with Spirit, and Spirit was like, they said, when you meet this person, you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna second guess. You're not gonna really like. You're gonna automatically know. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be like how the previous relationships was. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna know, and it's gonna feel different. You're just gonna automatically feel it. And like, I've been feeling that, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, damn, you know, can I call you mine? Like, I want to, you know, like, let me tell you something. When I met this person, right, when I first seen her videos, you know, I was like, I was interested, but I was just trying to figure him out, right? And then, like, you know, later on, I start to really like him. I'm like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I was reading him. They was reading us, like, Scorpio men. She was reading us like Scorpio men or whatever, and like Scorpios period. But I was reading her from front to back. And like, when one of my haters said, like, you don't even know this person, like, you just randomly picked them, like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, no, I didn't randomly pick them. I just came across them, like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't random. It wasn't by chance. It wasn't by accident. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what you're talking about. But anyways, long story short, I was reading them, you know what I'm saying? I could tell that they was a fucking dope person. And they're still a fucking dope person, a really good person. Because, like, what she did with that girl that was, like, you know, just had her baby. And I think she had a 4-year-old or something, you know what I'm saying? And it was, like, on the verge of getting put out, you know what I'm saying? And she raised the money to save her from getting put out or whatever. And, like, I think that was the dopest shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I like shit like that. Like, you know, because, like, any other female that I have ever been with, they wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because they wouldn't care, because they'll be so involved within themselves. You know what I'm saying? They will only care about themselves and what in their lives. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna really care about other people. You know what I'm saying? And, like, she cares. She has a genuine heart. You know what I'm saying? And that's amazing. You know, and you know, and we need more people like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? In this world, like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know, those people are hard to find. You know, we all go through things. Everybody goes through stuff. You know what I'm saying? But genuine people that sticks around. You know what I'm saying? You know, even on good and bad terms, that's rare. You know what I mean? And I know I don't really know them like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying, like, certain characteristics that stands out. You know, when you can read energy pretty well, you know what I'm saying? You could tell, like, you know, like, yeah, that's her. You know what I'm saying? And like, what's so funny is when we're gonna take it all the way back to when I first met her, right? Usually, I'm not shy when it comes down to talking to females. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would, you know, I would go, hey, God, like, you know, if I find a girl cute or whatever. See, this is like service level. Like, you know, if I find a girl like, oh, she cute, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do like everybody else. You know, try to mac on them and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm doing it like everybody else, but it's just like if I don't have a hard time talking to girls. You know what I'm saying? I never did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could talk to whoever I want. You know what I mean? You know, but this particular girl, or this particular woman, I ain't gonna call her a girl, because this particular woman, you know what I'm saying? It was hard to pass, or unimaginable feeling. Like, damn. Because it automatically made me want to be a better person, you know, so that I could put her in position. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I want to, you know how normally guys will talk like, man, I'm going to put this girl in, I'm going to make this girl a wife, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. But I'm actually doing that, right? Putting her in a crib, you know what I'm saying? Putting a ring on her finger, like just doing shit silently, right? Like I obviously said what I was going to do, but I'm just saying, like, just doing stuff silently and putting this girl in a position, like, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm going to mean what I say. I'm not just talking. I'm meaning what I'm saying. Now, it's like stats backed up, you know, like actions backing my word. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm putting you in the house. I'm putting you in position. I'm putting the ring on your finger. You know, all this stuff. That's what I'm gonna call you mines. Because when I call you mines, it's gonna be official. You like that? You know, see where I'm going with this? You know, because it's something special. Like the moment I met you, the moment I saw you, you were something special, and I knew that. Because I could read you, and I'm still reading you. You know. I ain't gonna lie, he kind of pissed me off with the text messages with the football player, you know what I'm saying? It kind of pissed me off, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm over that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, when you look at the real situation, like, we barely even know each other yet, you know what I'm saying? But it kind of like, you know, that Scorpio want to protect him, but like, I want your attention all the time type shit came out, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit up here and lie, like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, yeah, that happened, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is like, I'm very different from these other dudes, and that's when I had this conversation yesterday with somebody, and it was like, man, an average person, you doing a lot, man. How you gonna move her into a crib, or you gonna uproot from where you live, and you're gonna go all the way to Atlanta and buy a house to move her in? Like, that sounds crazy. To anybody, that sounds ridiculous. Like, you don't even know this girl. I know that she's special. I know that she deserves it. I know she deserves to have a soft life. I know we deserve to be happy together. I know she deserves to have everything that she always wanted and always asked for. I know she deserves that. I can tell. You know, I'm not going to say we're not going to have our bad times. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going to have their bad times. You know what I'm saying? We going through our bad times right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is like, the overall picture is me becoming a man that I always wanted to be, to provide and protect for my family. You know what I'm saying? And give them the world. I'm not gonna stop until I do it. No matter, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna do what it gotta take to provide that. See what I'm saying? So the day that I call you mine will be the day that everything will be official. It's going to be the day that I want to show you in face, in 3D, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, in actuality, in the real world, of the kind of man that I am. When you take possession of that house key, you know what I'm saying, and that wedding or that engagement ring, you know, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna propose to you right away, or you know, or any of that. But I'm just saying, like, when you take possession of that house key or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna know that it's the real thing. I know it sounds scary because I'm talking next level shit, right? But I'm telling you that, you know, that's how different this is. That's how I see you. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody wants to. I know I've seen the chat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the chat room. Everybody want to put a ring on your finger. Everybody wants to marry you. Everybody love you. You know, all kind of stuff. Like, that's dope. I get that. That's awesome. That's lit. You doing your thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You on TV, all kind of shit. That's awesome. Right? But I see you for you. I don't, you know, I know you doing all of that. Like, that's lit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I'm not undermining it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I know you a dope person. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that shit is awesome. Because I see that, like, you know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I was blown away when I first met you because I was like, whoa, wait a minute, I ain't know she was doing all that. Like, that, they don't work with Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? In movies, doing me and that. Like, what? Who is this? Because I knew you from the Zodiac videos. You know what I'm saying? And this video already 17 minutes long. I knew you from the Zodiac videos, right? I didn't know you were doing all of that. Like, I think that was fire. You know what I'm saying? But I liked you for you. You know, and that's the thing. You know, when you could read somebody, and you can tell that they're genuine. You know, you know, I could easily fall in love with you. Hell, I'm probably already in. I don't even know. I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna say I don't even know. I know, but you know what I'm saying. But it's just like there's more depth to the story. So, yeah, when I call you mine, you're gonna make me the happiest man in the world, if not already. So yeah, that's gonna be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what other songs y'all want me to do. I was thinking about more, you know, I don't know. So give me throw some stuff out there in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? And we can dig into it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I just thought I had to just throw that out there. Because I've been holding on to that for a while, you know. It's pretty dope. Anyways, yeah, so, like I always say, you don't see the results, you're crazy. And from our house to yours, keep moving forward. Peace.